let's get into it. Hi, Hisam. How's it going?
Hey, it's going well. How are you?
Good. Long time no see.
I know. Like I
This is your
just
first
ran
time
into
seeing
you.
Derek.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly. I said, but this is your first time seeing Derek face to face. Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, and
yes.
I'm so happy. Derek, it's nice to see
Oh,
your face,
hi.
your lovely
So
face.
I know. Thank you. This is a many of dates to come.
Oh my Lord.
Oh,
Please
hi.
give us a
So
break.
hi. So welcome to the RoyalTEA podcast with myself, me, Hannah, and Tiffany. We're so glad to have you here. This is such a pleasure and honor, and I just want to let you know that I stand for you. I fight
Oh,
for you, and
geez.
I love you, Hisam.
Oh,
Okay.
I love you guys so much. Definitely, I love you guys so much. So much love and so much respect, right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Okay, so let's get into these questions because that's
Let's do
why
it.
we have you here. So,
Yes.
right off the bat, you won HOH in week 2. Looking back on your HOH, is there anything that you would have done differently in hindsight?
Yeah, I mean, now that I know how people perceived me, they saw me as this inflexible, like domineering person. The truth of the matter is, like, I'm much kinder and gentler than that. I think that I got competitive, and I was also trying to protect everyone. And I felt like once a decision was made, a decision was made. I could have done absolutely a better job of listening to people. Like, you live and you learn, and you grow. I will take that lesson moving forward.
But you had also won 3 competitions back to back to back. So, do you feel like even if you would change your communication style with the rest of your Professors Alliance, there could have been a different outcome? Or do you think they just wanted to get rid of you because of how highly competitive you were?
I think they saw me as highly competitive and incredibly confident.
Mhm.
And I think that the combination of those two is my downfall. I think that one of the things that people may not talk about is, like, I'm really confident. And I think that with how the house is operating now, I think that there's a lot of soft power and manipulation. And I think that they saw me as, like, unflappable. And because I was unflappable, I think I was very dangerous, right? Because I wasn't just going to be swayed because they were like, now we're moving with the tides this way. And I think that is really threatening. I think that was the most threatening thing, and how I be called, like, how I'm called a dictator and how I'm called a mad king, is because, like, I just, like, here's how it is, and this is my opinion, and this is what we're doing, right? And, like, get on board, like, we're moving forward, right? And we're on to week 3, and this is going to be our plan, right? And I think that people, as I've learned now, are just like, man, do they sort of, like, flip and flop and go back and forth and pine, and I just am not that way. It's like, you have to, like, and you'll learn this, like, in medicine, you just have to make a decision and move forward, right? Like, if you are caught in the in between, patients die. And I'm not that person, right? Like, I was like, we are going to do something, right? And so you just move forward.
I
Well,
listen. I'm so
no, no,
sorry,
go ahead.
Hannah. I'm so sorry. I have to agree with you, Hisam. I mean, I think you kept it straight to the point, and I think people were kind of like a little bit like, "Oh, I'm not used to this." But baby, I'm here for the bluntness. I don't give a crap what
Yeah.
anybody thinks. F
Yeah.
them, okay? I loved every minute of it. But Hannah, please go to your next question before I get carried away.
Can I say one thing about this? Is, like, how many times have
Yes.
you listened to a speech and you're like, well, what was that? Um, but here's what I'll tell you. I gave the speech I gave because I was like, this is how I feel. And I do ask for permission to evict her. I ask them for help. People are like, you're telling us what to do. And I was like, no, I'm making a request. But because I'm direct and because I am the way I look, people are like, oh man, this is just overboard. And the optics of a man saying this to a woman on the block, I miss that. Right. I thought I saw her as a game player, a fierce game player, and that's how I saw her, right? I saw her as a big threat, and so I was playing the game thinking of her like that, and missed the optics that other people may have seen.
Very true. Now my last question for you before, unfortunately, we have to go again is who is your dark horse to win the game? And I'm not talking about the front runner here. Here at the RoyalTEA, here at the cookout, we love a good dark horse, a good secret just lurking in the shadows, waiting to strike.
Yeah.
And then my follow-up to that question is, how is a 4-time Survivor legend allowed to possess such a social and strategic handle on the house? I feel like Cerie's the obvious front runner, but who's that dark horse?
Micole or Mimi. She is my pick to win. I love her. She's sophisticated. She's poised. She's athletic. She's underestimated. She's reasonable, right? She's logical, yet has like an empathic stance to her. She is by far the person I want to win this game of everyone that is left. I think she's deserving of winning, right? Yeah, I'm team Micole or Mimi all the way.
Okay, interesting. And
Yeah.
how is Cerie able to just
Yeah,
how
I
would
think that like
feel-
here's what I'll tell you is like I think that it's similar to how like does Dan make it all the way to in season 14, right? It's the same thing. It's like you're attaching yourself to power and you're attaching to people who have a long history. And so people are afraid to make courageous moves, which is why Cerie it finds me very threatening. I didn't know Cerie's history, right? So I saw her just as a person who had played Survivor. I realized she was on 4 times. I realized she was a fan favorite. I realized she had made it to the end several times, but I was like, listen, like if we're going to work together, I have to be honest with you. And I see that was really threatening to her and how I end up, on the block and evicted. She beat me there.
Oh,
Well, Hisam, I
exactly.
just want to say thank you so much for joining us. Listen, if you ever need any advice, some help, myself, the Cookout, Hannah, the RoyalTEA podcast, we're always here if you need anything. My last question to you, because I know the fans want to know, is Hisam single?
the tea.
What I would say is that I'm currently seeing someone, and I'm hoping that it moves forward. But like we are working some things out, right? Because television has a way of getting in the way.
I believe it. So I will find my way in that way soon then.
Oh my Lord. Be professional, Big D. Be professional.
Thank you so much, Hisam.
Thank you so much.
Tell everybody where they can follow you at. I'm so sorry.
You can follow me on Instagram. That's where I am. It's hisam.goueli or falcon.ay. And so follow me there.
All right, perfect. Thank you,
Thank you.
Hisam.